Alexander the Great became ruler of the world at 30 years old, okay? And if you don't know Alexander's story, go look him up, okay? That's an epic journey right there to go on. Inspirational, honestly. And he's from my part of the world. But yeah, Alexander the Great. There's nobody like him. I mean, like, from birth, he chose himself for greatness, honestly. And all men should follow in his footsteps, honestly. By 20 years old, he conquered half of the earth. And then he conquered the other half at 30. And I want to say he passed away around 33 in Babylon. From, majority of historians say maybe malaria. But there's a bunch of cases. But died young, tragically. Or in the ancient world, that'd be pretty old, right? But yeah. And that story, everybody, especially, history buffs, Alexander, who's gonna beat him? Who's had his achievements at his age? And we do the same thing on the internet. We look at other people. They've achieved so much. He's this young, he's barely done this, he hasn't had any experience. What could I do? This or that. And we're just comparing ourselves to other people. And people have been doing this as old as time, honestly. I mean, everyone's been comparing themselves to Alexander, right? I mean, from Caesar, Napoleon, you name it. They always compared themselves, which, in a way, I like to say they did it positively, Actually, one example I will give is Julius Caesar. Julius Caesar, at 30 years old, I want to say in Iberia, which is modern-day Spain, he came across a statue of Alexander the Great. Before, he was just basically some rich kid of a nobleman. Just did whatever he wanted, just like the other kids. No meaning in life, fucking around. I don't know if this, ringing a bell or, resonating with you guys. But yeah, Caesar, he learned about Alexander's story and saw a statue, and he's like, what have I done at 30 years old? Nothing. Wasted my whole fucking life until then. Alexander had the whole earth. And majority of people, which they would just talk down or speak negatively on or use, more cope to deal with their stress and their problems. But now Caesar is different. That's when he started. He started at 30 years old. And we all know Caesar. At 30 years old, he got serious with his military training, started reading and writing more, started getting more involved in politics, speaking to people, learning rhetoric, becoming the best version of himself. And he started this at 30 years old. And from everybody know he got, assassinated by the other senators. He was about 50. This guy conquered Spain, Gaul, which is modern day France, and even fighting against the Germans, making big progress against them. The guy was an animal at 30 years old. And with his time, lack of technology, very little means, even for a nobleman, he still didn't have much compared to us, right? But he changed his whole fucking life. I mean, bro, man, people say, everything's downhill at 30 with your body and your energy, which is fucking bullshit. Because Caesar's one of the best examples. I mean, he would actually fight on the front lines. He was out there with the other men. Obviously he's doing his job as a general, but he wanted to be in the action. He still fought, still used his body. It's ridiculous. And you read more about these guys, even like Marcus Aurelius, for example. I know he's fighting against the Germans since he was 50 years old, which is fucking outrageous. And you'd think, oh, that's your peak, right? You couldn't be doing that at 50. But nah, great men like this prove it over and over and over again. See, these guys have a growth mindset. They know they could start at any time, which is now. You could start at any time and change. I mean, I'm mostly talking about health things on this channel. But anything you want, politics, your desired career, I mean, the spouse you want, you decide that right now. It doesn't matter how old you are. And men are different, honestly. We don't have a time clock like that. We age better, honestly. We age like wine. So like we have this luxury. It just sucks because you go through it in the beginning, but that's what carves out your character. And that's what I did, you know. And I love that story with Caesar. This man changed his life. I mean, how many people are like that today? Just inspirational, honestly. And Caesar, I mean, in some ways you could even say, like, hell, I mean, maybe the average person, you know, would know Caesar better than they would Alexander. You know, no disrespect on him, but like, come on, like the Caesar salad or Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas. Obviously, ancient Rome has such an effect on us today. Just the naming of like the czars in Russia. I mean, I go on and on. I mean, like fraternities and toga parties and like come on, like. I mean, yeah, and he's living during the time of Christ. What a time to live in, honestly. Like, ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, but the point I'm trying to make is take inspiration from these great men from history, and you could change your life too. Because even if you haven't conquered the world like Alexander, you could just start at 30 years old like Caesar and conquer the world at 50. So, I don't know. In this case, age is really just a number. And you can't bullshit these guys because, I mean, come on, they're on the front lines fighting, soldiers. These aren't gladiators or anything. Like, this is real fighting. Like, come on. And a lot of men don't read enough history because they would understand that they're not late bloomers. It's not too late to go and chase after your dreams. That's just one story. That's just one story. There's so many others of people starting late. And it's not late. Language is terrible on that. You're starting on time. That's really what it is. You start when you want to. I mean, no one's controlling your life, right? You got free will. So it's all on you at the end of the day. And like, bring the focus back. It's all on you if you want to improve your sleep. It's all on you to fix up your nutrition. It's all on you to start exercising. We start right now. There's no other time. We start right now as a conscious choice, bare minimum. It starts in your head. Right here, you're like, I want to change. And then it leads to action immediately. We got to get in that mindset and that growth mindset. It's just, time just seems like it's moving fast. You seem like you're old, but you got to remember, like growing up, like when you're 10 years old, you thought 15 years old was old. When you're 15, you thought 20 was old. When you're 20, you thought 25 was old. 20, you know, so on and so on. Just perspective. And we start right now. And we start with training. We start with our diet, what we put in our body. We start with the littlest things that'll get you going a long way. And we prioritize our health, our sleep. We manage our energy. That's what we're doing with that. Sleep, rest, our recovery, our energy, which is our nutrition, our calories. You know, all these things are definable. I mean, there's numbers. You can put numbers on these things. We control our energy. Then we can control our output. We can control our work, our future. So yeah, I do believe, you know, we focus on our health first. Bare minimum. You're in better health. You have more energy. You can live longer, and you can actually achieve your goals. Like, oh yeah, no brainer, right? You get to live longer. If we focus on those things, we could get to where we want to go. And I'm telling you, like, I see this in every field. Like in entrepreneurship, the guy who works out over the guy that doesn't work out is going to win. The computer programmer that works out. I mean, like, any fucking field. I mean, go on and on. It's just like physical exercise is your foundation. Just for your brain, you get the blood pumping, you get new ideas. You just stay, you just stay young. It's well needed. And so nobody thinks they could achieve their goals because they can't even do something as simple as maybe lose a couple pounds. But that's where you start. And we start right now. So I don't care if you're 35. I don't care if you're 40, 45, 50, 60, 70. Keep on going. You're always going to be improving upon yourself. You're always going to be getting better. And there's no better time than to start right now. So I say we start with that. You know, because in ancient times, you know, Caesar's a good example. Just fucking around all day, and he just started learning, you know, military strategies and swordsmanship and combat at 30 years old. And some of you guys don't even want to start jujitsu. Like, come on, don't give me that shit. It's never too late, I'm telling you guys. Because when you're 31, 32, 33, and so forth, you're gonna be mad because, like, I wish I started at 30 years old. So these are little mind games we're playing with us. And how, if you need someone to hold your hand, to walk you through this journey, I can help you out. I can help you shed those few pounds. But we're gonna do a lot more than that. Yeah, we're gonna be losing weight, you're gonna be looking good. But we're gonna be working on your mindset. We're gonna be working on your food. You know what to eat. Things that will pay dividends, that will compound after you're done training with me. You're not gonna be with me forever. We're gonna change up your whole lifestyle. I'm gonna get you in that mindset Caesar was in. I want to get you in that mindset Alexander was in at 20 years old. So if you're ready to transform your life at any age, okay, make that clear, at any age, or if this is your epiphany, just like Caesar, I want you to click the link in my description and let's have a call, free of charge. Let's get to know each other. Let's see if we're a good fit. Let's see if you're in the right mindset, you're in the right situation for me to help you out. Because we could get you to lose those pounds, because summer, I mean, it's here. It's right around the corner. I want to say June 21st. You still have time. It's not too late. Even if it was the middle of July, you know, the best time to plant a tree, right, is right now. And the second best time, what, like 10 years ago? But like, yeah, let's click the link and get on a call with me. Let's connect. Let's see what's up. I want to see what's going on with you guys.